Hello everyone, and thanks for stopping by my channel. So today I was going to show you how I put a binding onto the edge of this journal. I showed you in the first video how I sewed it in, and then I found this nice what do you call this? Like upholstery fabric, and the colors seem to look really nice with it. So this is now the inside and how it's all laying nice and flat. And then all I have to do is start adding pieces of ephemera. So this is a quick one, you guys. It's just, not going to take much to make it. And I like the size of it. It's, like I said, it was 9.5 inches tall by 4 inches wide, 4.5 wide. So, I was watching Sandy at Septeria, I think is how you say it, Septeria 18. And she made this cute little pocket. I'll show you. This is one I did already. And I'm probably going to be able to use this on a different journal. Or maybe I'll use it on this one. I'm not sure. But I'm going to show you how to make it. It's very, very simple, I think. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, you have to decide what you want to show. Like this is this section here inside, and then this is the back section. That would be this. So you determine that by what you have. And all I did was double-sided my 8.5 by 11 because I needed a piece 8 inches by 4, and then I needed a piece that was 6 inches by 4, but I decided to go 3.5 because I didn't want, this was all a big leaf, and I didn't want that to show. So I cut off as much as I could. So anyway, that's because I've done this, so now I know, what I wanted to see and not to see. So then I'm going to take this edge here, which is, in my case, the 3.5 inch edge, and I'm going to score that 1/4 inch. Okay. And then this gets folded under. And what this is going to do is give more room inside the pocket when this gets glued on. Okay, so now you would take it, and you don't have to have measurements for this. You just want to make sure that you have it, as tall as you need, so forth. But if you have scraps, you can make a little tiny one if you'd like. Okay, so then I'm going to bring this over. Whoops. Kind of just set it where you think it looks good. You could score at this edge here. Maybe I'll do that only because it doesn't want to bend very well. I'll just put a little mark. I'm using this because it's easier than getting out my scoring tools. And it's not like it needs a really heavy duty one. But you're going to turn it back on itself like so. Still doesn't want to. There we go. All right. And then we're going to punch a notch. I think I'm just going to use this. That's about the only thing I'm using anymore is this little notch puncher. Yeah, I think that'll work. All right. So then you are going to ink around your pocket thing. If you want to. You don't have to ink. Because this paper is kind of dark, that's why I think it needs a little ink. And let me ink up a little bit on this too. Just I'm sure I can ink. Just want to get all that white edge off. Okay. So now we are going to get this glued in, and you just want to, you know, centralize it here from the edges. So first we're going to glue these two ends down, which will form that little pocket, you know, like for tickets and stuff. Okay. And then we're going to glue it on this side, the bottom, and the other side. And leave the top open, because that will be another pocket. So let's get this on here. It took me a couple hours just to pick out the right paper. I tell you, it's so hard. It's hard because I don't know where it is, you know. I got my book out and everything, but I don't have a lot of fall stuff. So, I mean, I do, but, you know, I've already used all of it. Okay, so now this part here, that's the flap, we are going to bring that down where we have plenty of room for a tag to sit up in there. And it's going to come over about 1/4 of an inch. Okay, and then just fold that down. And then here we're going to round around these corners. I don't remember what size. I guess this one is good enough. I don't know why it's doing that. It keeps cutting off right there. Okay, so now where this is, we're going to, let me remember this. We're gonna, I'm gonna score it because I think it's easier. So I'm gonna take this here and I'm going to put it on, like, I guess that would be, no, that would only be 1/4. I would go 1/2 inch and score, because you need a little bit of space up there. Okay. Now, wait a minute, I did something wrong. Hold on. Hold your horses. Okay, that's where I leave that. Okay. Why did I scored it so that you can lift it up. That's what I did. Okay. Now, in these two, on this part here, you can glue this if you want, but it will stay pretty good even if, you know, you don't glue it. So I want to make these kind of even. Let me see what I can use to mark it. Okay, if I come 1 inch on, yeah, that's exactly. So let's come in 1 inch on this side and 1 inch on that side. I don't know what I used here. I just used my eye. Yep, about 1 inch. Okay. And then we're going to punch a hole there. And one here. And then I'm going to put eyelets in it. carrots are a little too big for this punch, but we just have to get a hold of it just right. Come on. Always when I get on camera, it doesn't want to work. There we go. It's just real snug, but that's good in a way because it holds your eyelet in place while you're trying to punch all your stuff. I should probably have just taken the... Sometimes I take the end of my paintbrush or something and kind of move it around. Okay, so that's that. And I will close these up. It's so nice when you hear it and you know it's right. So nice. Yep, laying down good. I think on mine here, it's a little rough, and I might take washi and put over that. In fact, I might just do that right now. Just put maybe 2 layers of washi to kind of, because you're going to slide a journal card or a tag in here, and nobody's going to see that part. Well, you can't see it through the holes. Duh. Okay. Never thought of that. I should have put it first. Let's see if I can. Well, she wanted to stick to it. Let's see if I can do it again. Okie doke. So I'll put washi tape on it first. I meant to do that before I started. Okay, so now we have this little flap here, and we're going to put, I think I don't know if I want to use a darker twine or the other one I used, like a white color. I think this will look nice. And the rooster's going crazy right now. It's been in my yard so much, but it hasn't come lately, so I don't know why. But yesterday, a branch fell in my neighbor's yard, and I heard it. It was a good big crunch, you know, of a branch falling. And so I was outside. Come on, stay down. I was outside, and those goats and those roosters and chickens, they ran like it was the end of the world for them. I hate it when I can't get that tight. I just have not figured out how to keep it tight. And I know there's ways of doing it because I've been told. But, okay, so then I did a little decoration across here. And so when you do cut your design, I mean your pieces, you keep these little strips because then you could use them. And I think maybe maybe I won't make it as long because I have a word, but it's I don't know, that's kind of small, or I don't know. Let me see if I want to use wider. I was going to stamp my own word with the stamp thing, but yeah, I think wider. I don't know. Let me get, I had this is already like ripped. And I think I put it under here. This is just the way I decorate it. You could decorate it any way you want. But, okay. So I think that's good. I'm just going to cut this a little bit smaller. Than the other one I did, because my word is not as big as the other one. And then I corner rounded this. Oops. Oh, you darn little thing. I must not be getting my corners in there all the way. See if I can just kind of clean it up. Okay. Or my paper wasn't cut straight. Okie doke. So then I'll put that. And I kind of wish this was a little more coffee dyed. I don't have any coffee dye in here. Let me check and see if I can find something else. It's kind of hard to tell. I mean, once you spread it out. All right, I'm just gonna go with that. Maybe I'll get a little ink. It would work if I put water on it, but I don't want it to be wet. So that's fine. All right, and I'm going to get my glue stick. Is that on there? And now I was going to put brads at the corners of this, but I thought that would look too, it wouldn't look good with you know, two brads coming down. I don't think. And then I can just put this autumn on there. And if I want to go off a little bit, I kind of don't want it. Yeah, I'll just go center. Okay, so there's that. And I did cut cardstock. Or you could use scrapbook paper. I looked for my scrapbook paper that I had last year from that was fall. I couldn't find any more, so I don't know if I used it all up or what I did. Okay, so then I have a couple little tags that I can fit in here. This is from My Porch Prints. No, this is from Pink Monarch Prints. Two little bird kind of tags. And then, let's see, I think was going to put this on here. So my other one was a little bit farther down, so you could see the 14. Let me ink it. I'm just gonna have something to hold that down. Where's my, there it is. Okay. I don't know, that is okay, but I picked up these mushrooms at Hobby Lobby the other day. I guess it wouldn't matter if it went over that edge a little bit, because I like this color one. I like this one too. If I, yeah, but that, I don't want this to hit it. No. So I'd have to come down this far. Well, that would work. Okay. I did like this number on there. All right, let me take this off and see how it looks. These are the kind that have the foam things in behind it. I just wonder if I took, no. Okay, I'm going to take off this. This part of the foam, and I'll just glue it down separate. Come on. There we go. I think that's cute. I don't really know if I can ink it or not. Guess I can a little bit. At least the paper part. All right. Let me check this again. I want to make sure I missed that. Okay. So, I hope everybody's doing well. Had a nice weekend. It's been, I just was talking about how it's cooling down and all that, and then all of a sudden we got hit with heat again. Yesterday was 89, and it was pretty humid too. It did rain yesterday afternoon. Of course, that's normal for summer, but I thought we were like maybe done. I guess not. Okay. Glue that down. I know that a lot of people don't use dimensional things in their journals, but I like to. Okay, now this, I don't think that's gonna work now. I don't think I need anything right there because I don't know if I like these ties. These are both the same size. Hold on one second. Let me get my... I was just thinking to put something to offset it a little bit. Come on, that'll work. I don't know who this kit came from, this ticket. And I went to try to find more tickets that I know I have. Oh, darn it. But I don't know where I got them. So it's kind of hard to try to find it. I don't know. I might take those off. I don't know if it's okay to leave just the little hole there, or do I need to put something in it? In this one, I just put one strand, but I think that looks kind of empty looking. So, okay, and then we need a tag. So I have this sunflower tag. Oops, it's too long. Oh, darn. Oh, may have to save that for something else. This little tag here. Darn it, I wasn't expecting that not to fit. Of course. Let's see. I have any other tags? I didn't really want to use one of these because it's the same. It's the same print as the whole thing. These were how much I have to cut off. All right, I'm gonna cut off the butterfly. Okay, so I know this fits. So I think probably I should just cut a tag that size from another piece of paper or something. Probably just have to glue some cardstock on the back of this. This was an extra piece. Good. Nah. Need something to write on the back. I think that would look good with it. Whoops. All right, use up the rest of this glue stick. How much time have I got? Oh man, this is plenty of time. And I'll sew around it later. That glue. I might be able to get a couple tags out of this. Joke. Yeah, I probably could get another one. I'll do it later. All right, so I will sew around this. Let's see. I'm gonna put an eyelet in there, but I really don't want to do it until I sew around it, because then it hits my sewing machine. But I think that'll look okay in there, and I'll have to but I think that turned out cute. I just don't know about these ties. Let me just for a pocket that's that easy to make, and you know, you could do it out of scraps, your leftover scrapbook paper, or you wouldn't have to do it double-sided, I guess, if you wanted to do it like if you've already coffee dyed your paper or something and the back is already. I'm gonna take it down to 2 strings. I think I'll just try to do it like a regular tag. Probably should have got an eyelet. The little baby eyelet. Come on, just stay together. Yeah, I like that better. Yep. Trying to think of something that might have happened, but I don't think anything happened around here. I mean, we had Labor Day and we did nothing. At least I didn't. I was going to go look at a recliner that Rooms To Go had. If you know who that is, it's a furniture store. I mean, they're everywhere, I think. But it's like 25 miles to get to it. And so I just didn't know if I felt like driving that far with my back and stuff. Yeah, I'm going to cut these down a little bit more. I don't want them sticking out. All right, guys. So if you want to, you can leave this open. Let's see what page it fits on, or where we like it. I was going to stencil inside on these just coffee dyed papers with this straw, what's it called? Scattered straw. It's a nice goldish color. Okay. I marked already what I need tags on. I mean, ephemera. I don't know if that's too close to that tissue. This is the hard part. Well, this kind of matches that tag inside. And that's pretty, you know, plain, so it would be a good one. The book is full now. Just kidding. Okay, I've got to figure out a closure too. All right, so I'm just going to go and I'm going to leave this open. Or, no, if I leave it open on the side, I have to punch a notch so you know up here I don't know, I guess it could have done it the other way and avoided all that stuff at the top. I just love the way that flips open like that. I was going to do another pocket just like that, only it was just one that I was thinking about doing. And then I saw this one and I thought, oh, well, that's even better. I'll probably do another pocket too like this, something like this. Okay, so now, and then I have still all this left, and it was an 8.5 by 11. So here's a journal card that's left. Yeah, it'll barely fit. I don't know if that glued down up there, but it'll glue once it gets in there good enough. Okay, so what did oh, this is, I don't know whose kit it is. Let me check here, see if I wrote it down. Try to write them all down. Okay, I think this is Boutique Vintage, BOWTIK Vintage, VINTAGE, if I can read my writing. It's called Fall Scenic Background. And I saw it and I thought, oh, it's just so pretty. I don't know how I would use it exactly. But when I got it out, I'm thinking that this would make great looking tags. Let me see. I'd like to get the mushroom, because I think even if you had just this section of the house, it would be great. I'd say as the widest I could go would be, I'll do it this way so I can measure 3.5 to fit in that pocket. That misses. Okay. Now I have to decide if I want to. It's going to be too tight, I bet. Because it's just not that strong. I think I got the wrong cardstock the last order I made. Yeah, that's not firm enough, but I could put another piece of cardstock behind it. But isn't that pretty? I mean, I think this will, I'm not going to cut it until I know where it's going to go, but I think at least this one, it would go with just about any, you know, journal as a tag, I think. Okay. So I'll have to make that as a tag and probably cut it down. Uh-oh, that wasn't good. I want to keep the mushroom, so I'll just cut it down up here. I wonder if I should just make it a little skinnier. See, without having to redo the back. I mean, adding more cardstock. There we go. Oh my goodness. The whole thing fits. Okay. That's great. So, I wonder if I want to, I'm going to round the bottom just so it'll go in a little easier. I think I'll just use the small one. Okay. Just sew around it, but am I going to make a tag? It kind of looked maybe too tall. like I should take about 1 inch off. I'm just going to take 1 inch off of this. Still looks like a tree there. It's not a problem. Okay, and then I gotta keep trying it. Okay, let me. And I'll sew around it, and then I'll put an eyelet at the top. Okay. You know, I think I was gonna just put it on pause and just go ahead and get this one sewn. Okay, I'm gonna put you on pause for a second. Okay, I'm back. So I just took this and I put some coffee dye on the back paper, and I'm gonna put an eyelet in it. Let's take off any white that's showing. It doesn't really need a lot of inking. And let's find I'm just guessing here because I can't see the hole, because there's already a piece stuck in there. All right. Just gonna, maybe this would work. Just need to open that hole like a tad bigger. I guess I didn't stretch it enough. Okay, that was enough. I always have to turn this over. And I have this brown that I thought I would use. I think I'm just gonna tie up. There's a little hole in the seam binding right there, so cut it down. And that will have to lay flat for a while and it'll be fine. Or I'll have to iron it. I'll put that down there. Maybe I'm gonna have to iron it. I think it could have curved the other way. Let me just gonna get my fingers a little damp. It's trained. Just okay, once it gets in the book, it'll work. Okay, guys, so I hope you like that, and you will try to make one. And you can always go over to some, can't say it, Tyria, SEP, S-E-P, Tyria, 18. And, you know, she makes a lot of cute things. And you just don't think about putting, you know, scrapbook type things in a junk journal. But she does more now for junk journals, because I hear her say you can use it. Like this one, she said you could use for a cover on a journal, which would, you know, be kind of cute. Not this one, because it doesn't look right, but I've got to figure out what to do on the front. I don't really want to cover this up. Oh, there's thunder, so I guess we're getting more storm. It's almost dark outside. I wasn't even paying attention. So, I'm going to let you go now, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks so much. Bye.